How do you have steady income in your agency? This is a question from one of our audience members, Thomas Ulabari, and there's a couple of concepts that you have to have ingrained into your agency to be able to ensure that you have steady income and preferably steady growing income, and that's what we're going to cover right now. What Thomas was really asking about was, how do you have steady income if you don't have monthly recurring revenue? There's an idea that the only way to get steady income is to have monthly recurring revenue, to bill all your clients monthly, a set fee every month, and that's the only way to get steady income. But the reality is, very few digital marketing agencies actually have steady income if their business is based solely on monthly recurring revenue. The reason these companies struggle to achieve steady income is that they've not figured out how to reduce their high client churn. They're losing clients so fast. That's why you'll see ads like how to get 20 to 30 new clients every month, or how to get 200 to 300 leads every single month. The people running those ads are trying to fix their churn fire by throwing more wood onto it. My response to that is little hinges swing big doors. Get 10 to 12 clients and focus on these two concepts, which are deal flow and grow the account. Let's start with deal flow. The idea behind those ads for a course on how to get 20 or 30 brand new clients every month, or to get hundreds of leads every month, is that they're trying to ensure that their pipeline stays full. And that's the number one thing you've got to figure out, is how do you keep the pipeline full? But the pipeline doesn't have to be gigantic. It can be a little tiny pipe. We don't need a huge pipeline. What we need is a narrow pipe, the one that we can control. We can turn on the tap anytime we want and get clients out the other end. Remember, we're only after 10 to 12 clients to build the foundation of our agency. So we don't need hundreds and hundreds of leads to get 10 to 12 clients. What that means for keeping your pipeline full is that you need to do a constant stream of marketing and having people enter the pipeline at the very top where they're showing interest, and you gradually move them through the steps of your sales process. If you're trying to close every one of the leads that you have right now, then what's going to happen is you're going to cause two different types of problems in your business. One of which is you're going to have too much work for your staff to be able to handle right now, and then you're going to have delivery problems, and you're going to then end up with churn problems. The other problem is that you'll empty the pipeline. You'll have people who are coming in and you'll pressure them through the sales process, and many of them won't close that would have closed if you would have nurtured that prospect further. So what will happen is you empty up that pipeline, and then you're back to rushing with new marketing and new advertising to refill that pipeline. But that's not even the biggest problem with the pipeline, is that most people that I see going after clients, they go after one, they get one, and then they spend all their time working on that one account, and they are not focused on continuing marketing, continuing sales. And so what happens is they just get the one, the pipeline dries up, and then as soon as that client is done with them, whether it's high churn or the project's over, whatever the reason is, the client's gone, there's no work, there's no income, and then it's back to trying to fill that pipeline, which causes massive amounts of stress. And it also causes that up and down cycle in your revenue. So the next thing you need to have for controlling your deal flow is to have a waiting list. You need to have people waiting for you to work on their project. If people aren't willing to wait for you to work on their project, then they're probably not going to be a very good client anyways. But the other side of that is you're probably not doing a very good job showing your expertise and developing your authority, because Somebody who really wants to work with you is going to wait until you are ready to work on their account. The third thing for great deal flow is follow-up. It's amazing how many people get a solid qualified lead that isn't ready to buy today, and they try to close them right now, and that person backs off, and then they go away, and they never follow up again. It's insane to have all these people who would like to work with you, but just not right now, to get completely ignored. That's money that you are leaving on the table. That's causing your pipeline to empty out faster than it needs to. So always keep in touch with anyone who's ever expressed interest in working with you. The next concept that you have to have, like you really need to get this one. This one's the really big one, and that's grow the account. Why do those guys who are doing their monthly recurring revenue businesses struggling to keep steady income? They're just constantly trying to get more clients in, because what's happening is they're hiring for staff and they have all these expenses. So they get in this hamster wheel of needing to constantly feed the machine, or they go out of business. That's why if you focus on growing the account, that means every new client you get, you do the work that you've promised them, but you're always working to see if you can do more for them. So here are the 3 keys to growing your accounts. The first one is a super easy one, and it's incredibly rare, and that's talk to your clients. I mean, really talk to them. Most people who are doing monthly recurring revenue only talk to their clients once a month, and it's like some stupid report like, here's what we did, here's how we got you to rank a little higher, here's the KPIs for this, and all these different things, and they never once communicate with their client to find out what are the real needs, what are the real problems happening inside their business, because they're so focused on just maintaining the account. They're not trying to do anything that really helps the client. They're focused on my deliverable. I am here to give you a deliverable, and that's it. Really talk to your clients. Find out what's going on in their business, because that leads to the second part, and that's act like an agency of record. So you have your particular services, your specialties, but they have these other needs that are related to what you do, but not what you do. So what you can do, if you actually talk to your clients, is go out and find someone who's an expert, who's really good at solving that other need that you don't solve, and bring them in. This is what agencies of record in the advertising world do all the time. They're the main company, and they get hired to provide campaigns for their clients, and then anything they don't do in-house, they just sub it out to a contractor. They go get other agencies that specialize in specific areas that they don't specialize in. The third thing for growing an account, and this is especially important for things that the client needs done that you have no relationship doing and shouldn't do. So you still need to grow the account. Let's say they need accounting services, and you don't do accounting, you do marketing. So it doesn't make sense to go out and bring an accounting firm in. It just wouldn't work in a relationship-wise. Well, maybe it could, but it usually doesn't. So you start working on things that are tangential to what you do. And I've talked about this in other videos, which is to sell products to your clients, to sell training, to sell coaching. There's so many things that are related to what you do, byproducts of your expertise, that your clients would love to have. They would want that inside their business. So if you can't sell them more services, well, then sell them these other things. So if you see that they are not properly managing their own sales leads, well, then sell them a CRM. Bring in a CRM company, and then you can either set it up or have that CRM company set it up, and you get a piece of the action. Especially if it's a company that is a SaaS product, then you might even get a recurring revenue from the monthly fee that the client pays to have that app. To ensure that you're going to have steady income, whether you have a monthly recurring revenue business or all you do is projects, you need to focus on deal flow and growing those accounts. So if you got value from this video, let's grow those likes and those subscribes and do all the socials, and I'll see you in the next video.